Hi again. Perfect competition diagram. Okay. Um, Perfect competition is a theoretical state. The clue lies in the name. Perfect. Nothing's perfect. I don't think anything exists that is truly a perfectly competitive environment. So this is just a theoretical model for economists to use to sort of assess, the spectrum of different competitive models that the economy could operate in. Perfect competition consists of 5 or 6 key criteria. First of all, there is all participants in the industry are price takers. You do not set the price of this product. You go out and find out what the public is willing to pay at any given time, and you have to set that. Like, so a farmer doesn't set the price of his wheat, he finds out what wheat is trading at and then he sells his wheat for that. All products in a perfectly competitive market are homogeneous. That means they're all the same. Again, like a farmer's products, you can't tell Farmer Brown's potatoes from Farmer Jones's potatoes. They're all identical product. A third thing is perfect knowledge. All buyers know the price of the goods. There's no secrets there, and nor do any supplier have any special trade secrets about how to make the product more profitably or anything like that. 4. Profit maximizers. All firms operate there. Well, it's where our old MC equals MR, profit maximizers. And what else do we have? Zero barriers to entry exists. So any firm or group could come into the industry or quit the industry on a moment's notice. There's no huge costs involved. There's no patents. There's no regulations or laws. Anybody can come in and leave the industry. Zero barriers to entry. And finally, there are many, many different buyers and sellers. So no one firm, no one buyer, no one sellers has any kind of dominance in the market. They can't influence price or quantity or anything. Those are our 6 criteria required for a perfectly competitive market. Okay? Right. Now, how does a diagram pan out here? The diagram actually consists of 2 diagrams to start with. We first of all, because they are price takers, we have to show how the price is set. So this is for the market in general. Then we look at the perfectly competitive diagram for the individual firm. And what we see here is that any product, it is set by supply and demand. But this is supply and demand for the market. This is all the world's sellers and all the world's buyers come together and they determine the price, just like this price of gold or oil is set. No individual goes out there and determines the price of oil. No individual goes out there as a buyer or a seller. It's the thousands and millions of buyers and sellers that go out there and set the price. And the price set here at P, and the overall global quantity produced is there on any given time. So now we go look at the individual firm. And what we see, first of all, is that we take this price here is delivered to the producing firm. That price is set. Remember, he's a price taker. So that is his, effectively, that's his demand curve. And as we know from the previous clips, the demand is equal to average revenue. Because remember, he can sell as much as he wants at this price. You can't sell it for a penny higher. If I want to buy 10,000 tons of copper, I'm a huge Chinese corporation, and I can buy as much copper as I want at the current $6,000 a ton, why would I pay a single penny more by one producer? Because you're buying a homogeneous product. Copper's copper. So I'm going to buy as much as I can at this 6,000, and I will not buy 1 ounce more above that price. Likewise, if I can sell as much as I can at that price, why would any producer sell even so much as a scrap beneath the maximum price that they can achieve for? So this is an example where you've got a completely elastic demand curve. You can sell as much as you want at that level, can't sell it above or beneath that point. Therefore, the average revenue is always, it's a constant. And because it's constant, every extra unit you sell makes the same marginal revenue for the firm because it's at the same price. It's not a downward sloping demand curve. This is unique to the competitive model, I believe. So MR equals AR as well. Okay? So, what else do we know? We're a price taker, so they've taken the price that's set by the market. One of the other characteristics we saw was that they are profit maximizers. So they have got their marginal cost curve, like any other outfit, and their marginal cost curve, and we'll see that they operate at a point where MR equals MC. Right, so what else do we have operating here? Well, the firm is going to be operating, let me just get this, it's going to have its average cost curve too, and as we know, the average cost curve is cut at its lowest point by the marginal cost curve, and the firm is going to be subject to the same forces of output as any other firm operating in this competitive model as well. It's got its average cost will fall initially and then rise. So we can see the point at which the firm will choose to operate at right here. Now here's the interesting part. If a firm manages to come up with some method to produce the product more cheaply, remember, one of the characteristics of the perfectly competitive model is that it is perfect knowledge. So over the short term, you might have found some methodology to reduce your average costs so that they're beneath your average revenues. This is an abnormal profit occurring here. But what happens when that's occurred? Well, because there's perfect knowledge, everybody finds out that that's the method, that you can produce it more cheaply, so all the producers will come out there, they'll shift the supply curve that way. This sets a new price equilibrium here, which lo and behold is a huge big increase in supply comes into the market because everyone's found out your method, or perhaps the cost of inputs have fallen, and suddenly you're seeing that with the demand curve being pushed down here, you're right back down to normal profits again, and we return back to stasis. We return back to this equilibrium that occurs where average revenue is average cost, normal profits are constantly made in this industry. It's a very dog-eat-dog competitive market. Everybody's trying their darndest to be able to operate in this, but no one can make any abnormal profit for any kind of period of time because of these transparent forces that are working in the market. That's the perfectly competitive diagram. Hope that helps.